Hello, this is Shepherd coming to you this afternoon. It's a fine day, and we're going to have a little thought here after a while. We're going to call it To Know the Love of God. We're going to try to take it out of 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and to really see what the love of God really is. I think really sometimes we fall short of the love of God because we have to bridle this old flesh and make this old flesh come under subjection to the things of the Lord. But I do believe there's a place that we can come to in the Lord to apply the Word in our lives, that the Word will truly change us, that we will become what God would have us to be. But I want to go a little thought at you too here, that I will give thanks unto the Lord my whole life. And that's what you and I are to do, to give thanks unto the Lord every day of our lives. So anyway, out of 1 Corinthians 13, it starts off like you hear in the first verse. It says, though I speak with tongues of men and angels, and have not charity, or which is love, I am become as the sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. I think that kind of would separate us in a hurry, whether we have the love of God or whether we don't. That really talks to us right there to find out just about where we're really at. Verse 2 says, and though I have give gifts of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith. That's a lot. So that I could remove mountains, wow, and have not charity or love. He says, Paul makes that statement, I'm nothing, I'm still nothing. That I do all these things, and I could do all these things, and I don't have the love of God. He says, I'm still nothing. Well, we're reading the scriptures where God says God is love. And if we're going to be a child of His, we're going to have to come to the place that we walk in the love of God. Verse 3 says, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity or love, it says it won't profit me not a thing, nothing. Love suffers long. Wow. And is kind. Wow. Charity envious not. That puts a check on us, don't it? Charity or love vaunteth not. In other words, it don't puff itself up. It don't get puffed up at each other if you have the love of God. Wouldn't that be something that God got puffed up against us? Well, I need to take inventory of myself then, don't I? We all need to take inventory of ourselves. It does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, and love thinketh no evil. We don't get the love of God in you. Have we really got the love of God within us? Something to consider. Well, we're not going to think evil of other people around us. Rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Too many people rejoices in the fact that it is somebody else's got hurt or misfortune come their way or lost their job or something. But we should rejoice in the truth, not in iniquity, not sin. It beareth all things. It believeth all things. It hopeth all things. And love endureth. Love endureth all things. So that kind of sums it up puts it in the basket, don't it, for us? In a big basket for us where it says, believeth all things, beareth all things, hopeth all things, and love endureth all things. So many times we get tired messing with other folk around us, other situations around us. It wears on us and it makes it, really sometimes it makes you sick if you keep worrying with it. But nevertheless, we got the Lord in there with us, God's in there with us. We're going to be able to bear all things. We're going to believe all things that are of God. We're going to hope with all things of the Lord. And we're going to endure all things that are of God. Verse 8 says, charity or love never faileth. It never will fail. It won't run the other direction. God don't go the other way. He goes and helps us on our way. But whether there be prophecies, there shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. Paul goes on and writes in the same verse here. He says, but we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But that which is perfect is come, then which is part shall be done away with. He says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. We acted like kids, in other words. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I become a man, he says, I put childish things away. For now we see through glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as I am known, he says. And now abideth faith, hope, and charity. These three be the greatest, but of these is great. The greatest is the love of God, charity. That's the love that God's put within us. If you've got God within you, you got love. I know my life changed. I didn't love nobody. I don't think. I didn't know what love was. That's what it amounted to. And when God filled me with the Holy Spirit, my life began to change. I began to be concerned about people. I hear Christians now say, I don't care, let them do what they want to do. If they have bad luck, that's their problem. You know, I wish they'd have this and I wish they'd have that. That's not the love of God. It changes within you. You come to the place where even to the fact you can love the unlovely. Well, we can love the unlovely because we have God within us. We can forgive those that despitefully use us, and those that would speak evil against us. We can love them because we got the love of God within us. We're not the old like we used to be, but we've become a new creation. That's the church that God prepared for his coming. Be ready. All right. Got anything out of it? Put the subscribe button, ring the bell on this end. We'll both be blessed. Won't cost you nothing. Push that subscribe button. Have a great day. We're gone. Catch you later.